The Aleutian Island region of Alaska is amongst the harshest and most beautiful places on Earth. But it has never been easy to survive here. Less than 300 people live in the village of Old Harbor, Alaska, on Kodiak Island. Most of the people who live here year-round depend on fishing. There's no hotel, no supermarket, only one place to get gas, and less than 5 miles of gravel roads. And yet, archaeological evidence shows people have lived on this very site for close to 7,500 years. This is where I was raised.
There you go.
My name is Sven Hawkinson Jr.
Follow him downstream.
I went away to school and eventually became an anthropologist, archaeologist. In 2000, I returned home to direct the Alutiiq Museum in Kodiak, the largest town on the island. I am of Sukhbiit, Danish, Norwegian, and Athabascan heritage. But this is not a story about me. It's a story about a woman named Isabella Blanchford. I met her when she volunteered at the museum wanting to learn Alutiiq, our traditional language.
My mother is Supiaq Native. My father is a Nupiat Eskimo. I had 2 older siblings, a brother and a sister, and they both had these great big giant beautiful green eyes, and I had these brown eyes and these weird cheekbones and distinguishing features different than my family members, and I always felt a little out of place. When I grew up, I always heard that indigenous people, especially Alaskan Natives, were stupid, and we were called the ugly people. I saw my grandmother didn't get the same opportunities as other people. I saw that in my mom as well. I saw that they got treated differently. I did not want to be Native. I knew that. I tried to be removed from that stigma of being Native as much as possible.
It was in her early in the mid-30s. She was starting to wonder why a lot of her relatives died early, had these horrific lives, why they told her to tell people she was white when she was young. And she just started having this struggle and yearning to find out why and what happened.
Isabella often talked about her shame at being Native, and this is a feeling I know all too well. Everything that was Native, everything that was foreign was stupid and wrong. And after 8 years at Harvard, I was like, wait a minute, I can't be that stupid. It took me 8 years to figure out, wait a minute, I need to stop this and not tolerate it anymore. And, you know, make a joke of it.
Oh, hey, Dr. Conway.
I later heard Isabella was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer.
Thanks. How bad is that for just 2 weeks? Is that?
That's quite a drop.
I'm getting a little nervous.
Well, it is a problem, you know. It makes me concerned about the liver. That's going to be our area of focus, and I think that's why you're kind of
Tired?
a little bit nauseous and not, you know, not having an appetite. We're just going to have to do the best we can.
Knowing her time was limited, Isabella made a bucket list. At the top of that list was the desire to put her shame at being Native behind her. After her experience volunteering at my museum, Isabella asked what more she could do.
Shame is such a big word in any Alaskan Native culture. You're born with it, and it's something that I still have a hard time understanding. How you can have this innate feeling, and it goes back for generations.
Growing up, we had no idea how rich our history was. We had no idea how long our people had lived here. The Alutiiq people, our history goes back 7,500 years, and that's based on carbon-14 dating.
Well, that's pretty ingenious.
Alutiiq people from 7,500 years up until 200 years ago survived off of what was right in front of us. In the last 200 years, we've nearly had all that knowledge erased.